What's going on, guys? I'm Steve. Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another video. If it's your first time stopping by the channel, hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you won't regret it. You're a returning subscriber as always, guys. Welcome back, and I do appreciate the support. Guys, I was sitting up here early this morning. I couldn't sleep, and I was just thinking about, some of the videos I've done in the past and just, how they affected me and why I talk the way I talk, think the way I think, and analyze things the way I do. And it's a method to my madness. And I mean, I know I sound brash in my videos sometimes, and I do get overly emotional, but I hate seeing us as people of color in the state that we are in this country, and how a lot of us are treated and treat each other. I want to talk today about this Allisha Watts case. And like you guys can tell, I keep talking about it. It's really bothering me because it has a lot of similarities to Shanquella Robinson's case. Now, though the premise is different, assaults took place and one family has already not received justice, where another family and family members are pleading that the case doesn't get slow rolled with the result of what happened to Shanquella Robinson and her family. And it seems to me there's a pattern forming. Just my opinion. And I don't really deal with the race stuff, but it still does exist in this country in some form or fashion. I honestly believe that they are slow rolling this investigation so it'll be swept under the rug or people will be forgotten. This whole thing will be forgotten about. Police, whatever, this is a missing person. And I'll get to Shanquella in a second. I just brought her for the comparison. I think there's a pattern forming where it's a lot of justice that could be served if these women was of another color. And I'm going to tell you why I say that. Let me begin by saying this. I always jump. I'm sorry, I always jump. Let's go with the slow investigation first. They say James Dunmore, the boyfriend, is a person of interest. He's the only person that was there that left with her. When everybody seen her alive, they seen him alive. Find him in a car 2 days later. Day later or two, she's missing. So you already got the answers. You got, that's the go point to start asking questions, investigating, because you're ruling it as a homicide. You made that public, which I didn't understand. So you're saying it, oh, she's dead already, but the guy that was with her is not. What man don't protect his woman? So where was he when she was getting this homicide? And how do y'all come up with this homicide of it being ruled a homicide when the person that would also be homicide, almost killed, would be with her? And he's walking around like it's nothing happening right now. See the game? This is stupid stuff. Community like, yo, what's up? You got this guy who has a history of doing stuff to women, and now he done the ultimate thing supposedly to a woman. And there's a lot of women in this community that are scared, or, they're on the lookout. What's going on? We got it under control. Charlotte Mecklenburg police, like I said before, need to be ashamed of themselves. Now, I know you got, mum's the word on the investigation, but to come out one time and say a bunch of nothing, make yourself look stupid and contradict yourself in these interviews, I'm not buying it. It seems like depending on what demographic you are in, you're viewed differently as a social class. We are. Some states handle shit. Other ones, And that's one of the things. Why ain't the FBI been called in yet? Because, there's no video out there at all of showing a massive manhunt or search for this woman by the authorities out there in Charlotte Mecklenburg area. It's not. A lot of times with these news articles, and a lot of you guys know this, everybody don't watch the news. Hell, I don't watch the news. I get my stories from off of watching the news off of YouTube. But there are a lot of people that don't have, knowledge of this case. They heard a little bit about it, but they don't know a lot of the intricacies and study this stuff like we do. A lot of us content creators and people that are really interested in true crime and stuff like that. This is a mess. Now, the reason why Shanquella Robinson is over here, I want to show you the similarities of the two cases. I said when I was talking about Shanquella Robinson, I said they're going to tie this thing up with a bunch of red tape. She's in Mexico. She died in Mexico. I said this before they even came out with it. It's not in the country. U.S. going to wash their hands and say, hey, we ain't got nothing to do with it. What happened? Time goes by. Family even went to Washington and pleaded for them to do something. DOJ come out, can't really do anything about it. It didn't happen on our soil and under the certain stuff. It's not on us, it's on Mexico. All the while Mexico like, yo, these are your people. You know what I'm saying? Handle it. It's like a ping pong ball going back and forth over the court until you get dizzy of looking back and forth because no points are served. This is a mess. Also has something to do with money. Another thing, like I said, why isn't the FBI involved in this? I think they will eventually get involved in this if the right people push this hard enough. All investigations take money and manpower. Shanquella Robinson, Allisha Watts has been missing for over a month, guys, a month. While the presumed killer is still walking around, or the guy that knows what happened to her is still walking around. The one closest to her out of everybody. You know what I'm saying? He's still walking around. And it doesn't make no sense. And once again, I forgot to cut my phone off. I apologize. Now, let's get back to it. I don't understand this. I've never seen this. It's like he's paying them off. Or like he knows somebody that knows somebody that knows somebody where he can just walk the street. This is the silliest shit I've ever seen. Another thing, like I said, it costs money. The feds get called in. The feds get called in, that's expensive. They got to do an investigation. Like I said, they never searched for her, so they don't even know where to start now. The story could be all changed up because to me, honestly, between me and you, I don't think they really sat down with him on like a first 48 interview where they sat there for hours with him until he came up with something that's tangible that they can use that makes sense, that he's not lying. I don't even think they gave him a thorough investigation like they would for a murder suspect. I don't think they had. Tell me if you disagree or agree in the comments. Another thing is this, and I want you to hear me on this. A lot of people ain't going to want to hear this, but I try to be the medicine that's nasty going down, but it helps you in the end. I think black on black crime is one of the major issues that stop a lot of these investigations from being taken serious. We're going to keep Carly Russell out of it. But I think a lot of the black on black crime, how we do each other in the community and how we're portrayed in our movies and how we want to be seen on TV and in media as tough guys and merciless people affects how other social groups deal with us. Do y'all agree or disagree on that? I had a son that was cutting up a long time ago. I said, listen, nobody will care for you if you don't care for yourself. I can't do anything for you if you keep running into danger. And that's true. They probably look at it like, hey, this happens all the time. Why is it so it's not that much of a priority? Like I keep bringing up the Idaho murders or whatever, when the guy went and killed those women and the one dude in Idaho, the college students. Look at the way it was portrayed in the media. Look at the way it sounds. You got college students trying to get an education and be better for a better tomorrow. And here comes some person coming and taking that away from them. It's a heartfelt story, a feel-good story. Something has to be done. The innocent must be protected. Now you got this. She has a boyfriend with a history of violence. Nobody knows whether she knew or not. She was an entrepreneur, doing the right thing, had a job that was helping others. Why can't she get that same respect? Why ain't this a priority? They caught that white dude in a week. In another state, far, just caught him. Did their due diligence, spent the money to make this come to a close because they can't have this type of stuff going around. Whereas us, they just had a prayer vigil last week for her. It was like 30 people in the whole damn church. Shanquilla Robinson, God bless her soul, had a march for justice in Charlotte. I should have made the video of it. It was like 100 people there. What are we doing? We can come together when there's some hooligan shit to fight, like the Alabama thing and all of that. But when it comes down to somebody in our community hurting and really needing our help and us rallying to show, hey, everybody ain't rappers, everybody ain't vicious, everybody ain't this. We are people too. We don't do it. We don't do it. We'll stand on the sideline. We need to start acting like a community. We need to start acting like a community. I'll say it again. Instead of what everybody thinks their definition of black is. A lot of people want to compare themselves to white folk. I said that in the video. You cannot do that. If you do want to compare yourself to white folk and justice, this is what you do. Instead of worrying about what they have that you don't have, worry about what they do to get what they got, to get the justice they got. If Allisha Watts was in the white area and she was white, what do you think those white folks would do since everybody knows everything about white people? They would rally. It would be a lot of people there. They would show support. A lot of women would come out because they don't want to be the next victim. That community where he's walking around, people would be picking and acting a fool. We don't want you here. When somebody do something bad in a neighborhood, you ever notice this? And go to jail and they come out, they get welcomed in open arms in the black community. Sometimes like they heroes and they did some of the heinous shit. Oh, my man just came home. They give them cars, they give them money, they give them weed, all this other stupid shit. Let somebody white come out of the jail. Since everybody like comparing them, let's get real. They come out the neighborhood, say, we don't want this motherfucker around us. They have no problem telling somebody, hey man, you did some fucked up shit. I don't want to be associated with that, where we flock to criminals. We flock to the dumb shit. When did it come to that? We are the polar opposites of where we need to be. We are. Stuff like this bothers me. She went with people she thought was her friends and they set her up. Took her life. When she was getting the hell beat out of her, did you ever think she thought it was her last thoughts? What she was thinking? She said stop several times while that girl was beating on her like she didn't know her, or the woman, she hated her. We got to stop it. We have a lot of vitriol for each other for no fucking reason. And I think that pours over into this. This with Shanquilla Robinson happened, what, late last year? 2022, what, November, early October? I found out about it around Thanksgiving, so it was around that time. How you think her family feel about the justice system now, being that this happened? The scars they have will never fully heal. Same thing with this, if we let it. If we let it. Charlotte, this is your city. She's one of y'all's. Come together. There's some smart people out there. You got a lot of black leaders and all this other stuff. Come together in a sensible way, intelligent. Push the narrative. Something got to be done. Like I said, if Allisha Watts was white, there'd be a lot more information out there and there'd be a lot more people searching, because they put up what they're not going to put up this stuff. We need to be like that. We do. Last, like, but not least, I already said it, the community reaction. They had the vigil. There was a few people there That place should have been packed inside and out. We got to do better as people. We can't let this keep happening, because there'll be more and more victims and more criminals emboldened in thinking that they can do the same thing other people done and get the same fucking result. That's why crime is on the rise right now. The justice system is a joke nowadays. The very fabric, all this stuff, home to free and all this stuff. Where are you really free here? Seriously, where are you really free? I do stories of people just sitting in cars, and then people just run up, put a gun in their face, pull them out of the car, beat the hell out of them, and they die on the spot, and then drive off with the car that they really didn't want. Or just random acts of violence just happening. People shooting guns in broad daylight with no mask on, like it's no way they're going to get caught. It's like I'm so angry and disappointed at how we are and where we are. And it ain't like nobody don't know how we got like this. Nobody wants to talk about it. And if we don't talk about it, how can this ever get fixed? How can other social classes ever give us the damn respect that we do deserve when everybody's out for just themselves? I only talk to you guys on here because I care. You hear me say multiple times, I wish I could fix this. I honestly do. Because we are smarter, we are tougher, and we are better than we fucking act right now. We are. We are the strongest people in this nation and don't even know it. We have survived a lot. Beatings, getting bit by dogs, unsurmountable abuse, and we are still here. This country is ours, is just as much as everybody. We need to start fucking acting like it. We don't need nobody to give us nothing, because we built a lot of this shit. We can get it ourselves if we suck it up and move forward. Misery loves company, and a lot of us are only in the muck and the mire because we refuse to stand up. Each one teach one. Start educating yourself about who you are. Have pride in who you are. Start being competitive as a social group. I can only imagine what these people in Allisha Watts' family are going through. Every day, they're reminded of the fact that their cousin, their sister, their loved one, their daughter is not here. And the guy that should know everything or had a lot to do with it is walking the street, footloose and fancy free, like nothing never happened. Charlotte, Mecklenburg police, you'd be ashamed of your damn self. Get off your fucking ass and do something. Dunkin' Donuts is open 24 hours a day, depending on where you at. You can eat that shit any goddamn time. Put the fucking coffee in your mouth, pull her all-nighter, and go get this girl. Or find out where she's at, because a lot of people need answers. I'm getting sick of this shit. I'm Stock Market Steve for the Dynamic Reason channel. As always, like, comment, share, and subscribe. We are better than we are, than we think. We got the same opportunities everybody else had. When you fight over black and white, there's always somebody making green. Stop running your ass to the fucking plantation and making money for somebody else, making these prison stocks go up and having them build more prisons. Because if we stop half of the shit we do and just use common sense, the justice system will crumble. Because now it don't have scapegoats. They be forced to change laws. I'm just saying. I'll see you in the next video. It's always love with me. I'm out.